Hi, everyone. My name's Jackie Murray, and I'm going to tell you about our summer professional development for you. It's very exciting. I've been working really hard on it, and I will continue to till July 7th when it starts. So I'm really excited about what we have planned for you and our camaraderie that we're going to develop as we work together through projects. I'm really looking forward to your thoughts and input on some of these tools and projects that we're going to talk about, 31 of them in 3 weeks that you will be able to take into your classroom and use with your students. They've been selected because they are transferable, they're scalable to any topic, any grade level, within reason. We'll give you a couple parameters there. They're authentic. You can adapt them to all sorts of subjects. So I'm really looking forward to your ideas, your thoughts, what you do, and the portfolio we put together on this. So I'm going to go over the book you got when you signed up because I want to make sure that's easy to understand. So I have a whole bunch of topics. Actually, on this list, I have 13 topics. But pretty much what I want to do is make the book really clear for you. You're going to get a download link when you purchase the class. You're going to get a download link with your affirmation, and you're going to click that download link, and it's going to, or double click it probably. Just once you've opened it, save that link. Put it somewhere where you keep all of your reference materials. So in case something happens to that, you have it. Plus, you may load it on different devices. You can load it on your school computer, on your home computer, on your iPad, whatever works better for you for your needs. It's a single user document, but you load it on as many devices as you as a single user have. Don't worry about that. So when you open it, you're going to get this document. It's 41 pages, and it looks like this. So if you look up here, oh, let's see, let me make that smaller so you can see it. If you look up at the top here, you're going to see 41 pages, and then you can see you can page through all of these, and we're going to go through these just to make sure it's all clear for you. Is sometimes you're going to get a message at the top that says something like, not opening optimally, would you like to try a different PDF creator, something like that. I usually find that works better. So you don't be afraid to say, yes, try it in something else. What you really want to do is open it in Adobe or whatever your primary PDF reader is. The link itself, if you wanted to right click, save that link to your desktop, you could then open it through any PDF device you wanted. Okay, so it's going to look like this. And Summer Tech PD by Ask a Tech Teacher. That's who put it together, our crew at Ask a Tech Teacher. I'm the master teacher for it, and I'll be your primary point of contact, but I've had a ton of help on creating this, the videos, the lesson plans, gathering the resources, everything. Class starts July 7th. So that's after the 4th of July, it's after ISTE. When you come back from ISTE, kind of take a little break for 4th of July and then come to class Monday. Class is basically an hour a day, Monday through Friday, and then over the weekend, Saturday or Sunday, and I'll probably try different times on the weekend to see if I can find one that works for you. We're going to get together as many people as possible, and we're going to talk about the lessons you did Monday through Friday. So this is your chance to say, this worked well, that didn't work well, I didn't understand this, or would you look at this and see what you think, or I have a great idea for that, and share it with everyone. So this is our chance to meet as a community and talk about what you're doing. Where if you went to a conference up to Hawaii and then met as your group, that would be one of the meetings you'd do. You'd sit there with your iPad and you'd all talk about the lessons you did during the week. and where they might apply. So we definitely want to do that. It's also your opportunity to ask for help. It's also a time when you may ask me anything you want, because I'll be the one running them. You may ask me if you say, this is completely off the subject, but ask it. That's your time. I will stay till all those questions are done. That's the beauty of this sort of a PD, is I am very fascinated by the questions you guys have. I live in a bubble in my classrooms. I want to see what you're doing out there and how it compares to what I'm doing. So I'm very intrigued by the questions you have. So bring them to me. Plus, we'll talk as a group. Someone else may say, this is what's going on and this is how we solved it. And I might say, I'll get back to you on it next week, because I'll want to do a little research and come up with some things. So I might say that. But I will stay until we've got everything straightened out. So no, the weekend times are definitely to review our 5 days, but they're also for you to bring your other questions. They'll be taped. So if you can't make it on a weekend, you've got soccer games and all sorts of stuff going on with your kids, no worries. Just watch the tape. The only downside is you won't be able to ask questions of the group, but you definitely can leave questions. And I'll show you where, because we're going to get into the wiki and I'm going to show you exactly where you can leave questions there. So class starts July 7th, and these are the general topics that are covered. They're the same ones that I polled you guys on. Specific software, specific online tools, Google Apps, big goals, pedagogic ideas, Common Core, integration, those types of things. You're going to have 31 activities. That's about 2 a day. And that's kind of what I've planned, is 2 a day for our 15 days. And then the weekends are for review. So 31 activities, 36 videos. Some of the activities have a couple videos. Most of the videos are 15 to 30 minutes. So I tried to keep your daily work at about an hour. I don't want it to be too long. It's summer, but I want it to be sufficient so that you get what you need. There are also 30 lesson plans. Now, these, definitely review them, because you might have questions you want to bring up over the weekend. But they're more for you to take back to the classroom and say, okay, I really like differentiation, and here's a lesson plan, or gamification. Here's a lesson plan I can use to help me gamify my class. You get 7 ebooks. So, and these again are resources for you. I'm absolutely open to questions about them, but I kind of see them more as an ongoing resource for you throughout the year. I'll show you soon, coming up, you'll see exactly where those download links are in case it's not clear. You get 18 Hall of Fame articles on mostly pedagogic topics, but some very hands-on topics, some how to set your classroom up for tech, different topics, whole bunch of things, so that you have them right at your fingertips. Unlimited questions, certificate of completion. When you're done, you will get a certificate verifying that you completed an 18-hour class. Now, in some cases, this will apply towards your recertification. I'll leave that up to you. Feel free to send me questions. I've already gotten a couple from people about how it would apply, or details that they needed to know so they could apply for the recertification. Definitely let me know if you have questions. If you need my signature on something verifying you took the class, that's perfectly fine. It's 18 hours, 6 a week. And I'm not basing it on 100% completion. I'm basing it on 60%, that you finish 60% of what we wanted to do. The reason for that is it gives you flexibility in the way you work. I'm sure I'm going to hit some topics you say absolutely no interest, I'll never use it. You don't have to feel obligated to do those, because up to 40% of them you could skip them. I suggest you do them just so you have the exposure. But other times there'll be things that they'll take an hour, half an hour. We'll see. Well, they'll take some time. So I just want to give you flexibility where you don't have to feel like, I'm really busy this week, I can't do it, but all I need is 60%, so that's good. You make it work that way. Okay, course highlights. Class is 1 hour a day, 6 days a week. We use lots of web tools. That's really what we're doing here. We are using the web tools. You'll see me using them. You'll use them as you might have students use them, just in the class saying, answering a question. You're going to create a digital portfolio to save your work in. You're not going to learn how to show students to use digital portfolios. You're going to do it. So then when you go to class, you're going to already have done it. You're going to know exactly how to do it, how to make all those web shots and screenshots and webcams and everything work right. So you're going to have that hands-on knowledge. An exit ticket. Every class has an exit ticket. So you're going to know by the end of this class, you're going to have used 15 of them. So you're going to know how to use an exit ticket, how to make it work in your classroom. You're going to start sensing how technology does not take away from the class. It does not add a layer on top of your other stuff. More time. How am I supposed to learn this? We're going to talk about how to learn new tools, because I'm teaching you 31. I'm not teaching you, to tell you the truth. You'll find that out as we go along. We're teaching each other. But I'm only looking at 31. What about the other 5,297 out there? You have to, what I want to teach you is how to learn a web tool, not how to learn 31 of them. So I want you to take that back to the classroom, that specific knowledge. Okay, so you're going to use lots of tools. You're going to figure them out. You're going to work in groups if you want. You'll have access to Google Hangouts where you can work with groups. A couple of you there, if you're from the same school, you really might want to work in groups, and I'm perfectly fine with that. As long as you post the same project to all the pages, that's fine. I'm happy that you're working in groups, because collaboration, sharing, publishing is part of the deal. So, all right. Lots of web tools. During the 3 weeks, you had tech tools, so you're going to have a nice collection of them in your digital portfolio. Screenshots, screencasts, embeds, we're going to do all of those. You're going to reflect on them by using a blog. You're going to use different methods of reflection. You're going to use blogs, the wikis. You're going to use Twitter. You're going to use all sorts of ways. I forget all the ways I have. Lots of them, lots of ways. You're going to also use note-taking. So you're going to select a note-taking device and use that in class, whatever works for you. Notability, Google Docs, Twitter, where you share it with everyone, your notes, and everyone takes notes together and then they all get shared. Whatever note-taking approach works for you, you're going to take notes in each lesson as you're watching the video, and just to take notes so that you can go back to your class and you can tell your students, okay, there's 3 ways I've tried that worked really well, and there's actually a whole lot more, and I'll show you where to find more. So you're going to use that tool. At the end of the course, you will receive a certificate. This goes to, this is your class Twitter feed, and I'll show you that in a minute. And then daily on your, let's see, daily Twitter feedback, occasional posts, up-to-date personal wiki page. This is what you're graded on. This is what I'm going to look for. Daily Twitter feedback, occasional posts and feedback. So you're going to start a blog. I'm going to let you use whatever platform you want. Maybe you like WordPress. Maybe you have a blog. That's fine. Just set up a separate page on there that we can post, or put it in your mainstream if you want. I'm fine with that. If you kind of want to share it with everyone, I'm fine with that. Or set up a page for it, my summer PD class, and that's where you can put your occasional posts. I say occasional. I want it a couple times through the 15 days. I want you to try lots of different ways of note-taking, of feedback, of all these things. So as long as I see occasional posts and feedback on Twitter, you're fine. Your wiki page needs to be up to date. And you'll see what that means when we get to the wiki. I want to see that you can share your notes with other people. You might do that through Google Docs. If you have Google apps for education at your school, you probably want to use your Google Docs account and then share those. Collect some emails from everyone. Show me how you collect those emails from your other classmates, and then share your notes with people. Share them with me if you want. That's fine. Or share them through Twitter, share them through your blog. I want to see shared notes that everyone's benefiting from your work and you benefit from their work. Completion of at least 5 exit tickets out of 15, not too bad. Completion of 60% of the videos. And I'll be able to see that on the videos. Okay, so maybe we've gone over. Oh, here's an important point. Classes run like a flipped class. When we go to our wiki, and maybe this is a good time to bring the wiki up. This is our wiki. It's at, let me show you where it is. It's at 2014 summerpd.wikispaces.com. If you can see that. That's where our wiki is. It's private, but once you've joined, I will approve you to join. Once you've signed up for the class, I'll approve you to join this wiki. So here's our wiki, and this is the home page. So it's got a lot of general information on the home page, which definitely look through. Each page has comments at the bottom. So you can write your comments here and I'll answer. I monitor the pages, or other people can answer. You all can monitor any page you want. And I suggest you monitor certainly your own, but any others that you're interested in. This is kind of an overview page. This is getting started. This is our class schedule. And there's a vote on here. The first 2 weeks, you'll see when we get to that in our booklet, our planned out classes. The 3rd week, I want your input on what to cover. So that's what this vote is for. You're going to vote, and then we'll take the top 10 activities, because I'll do 2 a day. So that's class calendar. Where am I? Oh, I'm on class schedule. Class calendar, and we're May, but let's see if July pops up. There we go. There's our July, our class. Don't have much in there yet, but we will. I'll start adding the Google Hangouts. I think the first one's going to be this Sunday, the 13th. And then probably the second one I'll try on a Saturday, and then we'll see about the 3rd one. Oh, I have it wrong. This should be here. 26th. 1, 2, 3. Yep, I'll have to fix that. Okay, anyway, member pages. This is where you're going to put your digital portfolio. So you're going to, as you join, I put your name in here. What you have to do is link it. Oh, I could go into edit, and then I want to link and link text page name. Just use your first name, because that's all we'd have students do. Add link. And then I think that page is already created. Yours will say it's not created. Do you want to create? And you'll say yes. You'll go to that page, and then, oh, that's where it is. Okay, here. It's not, it doesn't exist yet. You can create it by clicking the edit button. And I'll click there and edit, and then, oops, and I did that wrong. And I want this to be a summer PD template. And then you get these. And this is general information. Add a personal message. Create an avatar. Create a tuxedo of your interests. Give me your experience with computers. What do you want out of class? And this is where you'll put your daily assignments noted by date and activity. I'll show you one. Because she has started already. So there we go. And this is kind of what you'll do. She's filled in the blanks with information, created her tuxedo. I'm sure she'll create her avatar. And down at the bottom, we have a chance to talk to each other at every page you do. So this will be accessible over here, your member pages. Now you might want to take that, click there and drag that and put it on your toolbar up at the top so you can find it more easily. But I'm trying not to do that. Oops. Where do I want to? Let's go back to our summer PD. There we go. So I don't really want to do that. But you might want to drag that and drop it on your toolbar so then you have it automatically. It's really easy for you to find. Here's our help. If you need help, the easiest way is going to be to use Twitter. Put your question there and then let the community answer you. It has to be a unique tag, so when you search for that tag, you get only our class. And our Twitter account is right here. So it's Tech Teacher 2009. You can see it up here, twitter.com, then search Tech Teacher 2009. And it's Summer PD. And here's our stream. So I've used it for a variety of different things, but now we're going to use it for our Summer PD. And this is where we'll get all our comments. Okay. Most importantly, this is where you'll go for your resources. You'll have, every day you will have what your topic is, the exit ticket required, the resources will be listed, and then your tasks. Watch the video, take notes, prepare questions, know how to use the back channel for Saturday's Google Hangout. So you're going to be using back channels by the end of this class. You are going to know lots of ways to use back channels with your classes. You're going to complete the poll sometime before week 3 starts. You're going to make sure class activities are set up. And you're going to complete an exit ticket, which you probably did up there. Fill in your section on Google to daily track your progress. I'll tell you about that later. Prepare for Saturday's Google Hangout. I think I repeated that. There we go. Yep, got it twice. Okay. So you're going to look there and see, most importantly, your resources right here. What lesson plans, what videos, what Hall of Fame articles. Gives you information on who's teaching the class and a couple links. This takes you to our Twitter stream. And there you are. Okay, so that is our wiki. And a class does run like a flipped classroom. So you are doing the homework Monday through Friday. Saturday, we're doing the project in the class. So it's a really good chance for you to see how a flipped classroom works, because that's what you're doing. Flipped classrooms typically use a lot of videos, a lot of, not so much reading the articles, but videos to prepare the students, working in groups to prepare. So that's what we're going to do. You will then see how you could do that in your classroom. Complete all the assignments before Saturday, so when you, or Sunday, whichever it is. So when you show up for the Google Hangout, you're ready to discuss it. Okay, here's generally how to prepare, which is pretty much what we talked about. Generally what you do each week. Watch the videos, take notes, comment, do the project if there's one required. Several times a week, share your thoughts on your blog, on your personal wiki page. If you're sharing it on your wiki page, you don't need to share it on your blog. Who needs this? Anyone who's using tech in the classroom, anyone who's afraid to use it or knows what to do but has questions, any administrator or principal who's supposed to be overseeing the use of it in their school. Those are good candidates. Here's what you need to participate. I'll let you look through that. There's nothing unusual. If you have a computer set up that connects to the internet, you're probably going to be fine. You do need, what was I going to say? You don't even need video capture. Okay. So what I don't include, though, is assistance setting your system up. So that will be on your plate. So if you have something that doesn't work, you're going to need to call your tech guru about that. Trainers, okay, price, you've already signed up. So here are activities. And you'll notice the description we just went through, the activities, each is a link. So if I click back channel devices, it takes you to that topic, that activity, and it shows you everything you will use in that activity. You're going to use videos is what's going to teach you back channel. You're also going to use personal experience. The web tools are going to be these. Twitter, Google Apps, Today's Meet, Socrative are good back channel devices. And your exit ticket will be using one of these. So when you say, I have to do an exit ticket, you're going to look to one of these to do that. So when you click that link, you get a nice summary of the topic and the materials you're going to look for. And that's true with any of the activities here. So 31 activities. You'll just click there. It'll give you a summary and all the resources you're going to use. The packing slip. This is where all of the materials will be. Not all, but I'll show you that in a minute. All the lesson plans. You want to download them. This is the download link. So keep this packing slip, and just click here, and it'll take you to, you know what, I don't like doing it through Internet Explorer. So I do it by copying and going into Firefox or Chrome, pasting it, and then there it is. There's my tool. That's how I do it. If you like using Explorer and it wants to open it in Explorer, by all means. It's perfectly fine. Okay, so this gives you all the links for all the lesson plans, all the ebooks. The videos will be embedded at the time they're needed, so there are not links for these. The Hall of Fame articles will be embedded at the time they're needed. And online general resources that will help you are down here. Here are some tips for preparing for class. Let's see if there's anything I really want to point out. Before you start class, you want to have joined the Twitter feed. You want to join the class wiki. You want to have your blog set up so you can start using it. You want to have your Google account working. All you need is a Gmail, and Google takes care of the rest. But if you have one at school, feel free to use that one. You just have to know how to log in at home. Pick your digital note-taking account and maybe look at the lesson plan on digital note-taking and then pick one that you like. Notability, Google Docs, there's a whole bunch of them. So you just have to pick one you like. And I suggest you try as many as possible. If you have multiple digital devices, use them both. If you have an iPad and a laptop, try them both with the class just to see what the differences are. Preview the ebooks before class. Ask me for help if you get stuck on something. Links die. There's nothing I can do about that. So if you find a dead link, email Ask a Tech Teacher. One of the crew there will help you with it. Now, here's some general notes. These are pretty important. Expect to be a risk taker. This is not a class where you're going to sit back, put your feet up, and I'm going to do the heavy lifting. Expect to try, experiment, to fail, to try again. Expect that. And it's all perfect. It's exactly what you want to do, just like your students would do. I'm not going to rush in if you say, oh, that didn't work, what do I do? I'm not going to rush in and say, okay, let's go in Google Hangout and we'll solve it together. I'll solve it for you. I'll say, let's solve it together. So I want you to be a risk taker. I want you to use as many of the tools as you can. Try them. It doesn't matter as much if they work or not as that you tried them. So keep that in mind. Welcome mistakes. It's not about being perfect. It's about trying and failing. As you're working, try to use the domain-specific vocabulary whenever possible. Don't expect to finish everything. That's why I say 60% is fine. I purposely put more material than you could really reasonably finish in 3 weeks because I wanted you to be able to pick and choose and skip some of the stuff and do the others. And then the time where you're not doing something I'm doing, you're working on something else you're finishing up. Okay. If we can use tech for an activity, we do. Yes, anytime, any chance I get to use tech, timing your activities, whatever it is, a screenshot, I'm doing it because I want tech to be part of what I do. I want to get away from paper and pencils and stuff that's not at our fingertips. I also welcome differentiation where I might say, use this tool. You can say, well, what about this tool? And this is why it would work. I'm going to say yes, because I like differentiation. Here's our schedule. So you can see what we're doing week 1 and week 2. There's 20 topics we'll cover. Then week 3, we're going to vote on them. So that's why it's a little wishy-washy there. And then we get to all the activities. I'm not going to go through these, except I did show you how your category, so you can see what type it is, the type of learner. Most of them are students, but you'll see occasionally comes up with a teacher learner. Let me find one. There we go, differentiation, where the teacher is the learner as well as the student. It means it's something that you're likely to use, but it's probably not something, and you definitely would show the student how to differentiate in their own learning, but it's something you will do also to differentiate for students. So then articles you'll read, the materials that are provided, the web tools you'll use, because it's a big part of what we're doing here is web tools. And then your exit ticket. And I have links to articles and the materials here, besides in the other places. Okay, so I'm going to zip through these activities. And here's a list of all the videos. They're not linked, but you'll see them coming up. When you see a resource that has a video, you can look back here and they're alphabetized, see what that video is going to cover. There are 29 of them. And then here's the lesson plans. You get all of those, so they're a great resource. There's the note-taking one. So if you're not sure what digital note-taking to use, download this link right away and then look at those. Pick your tool from there. Here's your ebooks. Here's your online tools and articles and some room for notes. Okay, so now let's see if I've covered everything I needed to cover. I have. Welcome. We welcomed you. I welcomed you. Welcome again. We reviewed the schedule. I showed you how to open the PDF, so I'm sure there's no problem with that. We reviewed the packing slip. We talked about where the wiki was and where the Twitter feed was. We talked about taking notes. Very important. We want to move students away from this pencil and paper when the tip of the pencil is always broken and the paper is somewhere else. Okay, here's a few more. We have exit tickets we talked about. Really fun to do with students. It's a great way to soak up those last few minutes of class. Google Hangouts, they're Saturday and Sunday. I'm pretty much doing Google Hangouts. We could do Skype, but I probably will stick with the Google Hangouts. I'm kind of thinking about things because I want to give you as many options as possible, but I'm thinking you probably have better access to Google Hangouts because of GAF. So that is all you need to, you just need your Google account for that, and then we'll go on Google Hangouts. It takes 10 people, so if the group gets too big for that, which I don't think it will, because I don't expect everyone to be able to attend the Hangouts because it's on a weekend. But we'll play that by ear. We're going to be flexible there. Digital portfolio, that is your Wiki page. It's your portfolio. Everything you do has to be reflected on that Wiki page. So think about that. You want screenshots, if nothing else. If you can't figure the embed out, if you can't, whatever, you're going to get it in there and tell me you did it and this is what happened. The certificate, you are going to get that. Credit for re-credentialing, that you're going to have to, it is available in some cases, but I need you to talk to your administrators about that. And then I'll do whatever they tell me I need to do to help you. But I'm not in charge of the re-credentialing. 60% rule, we talked about feedback. If you have questions on this, you may contact me at askatechteacher@gmail.com. Do I have that written anywhere? I think, oh, that's in our booklet. And then with your questions also. And that is it. Oh boy, I was thinking I'd get done in 15 minutes. I always get carried away. And I'll probably do that to you in our hour lesson too. I'll try not to though, because I really don't want you to spend more than an hour a day. I want you to have a good solid driving hour and then move on. All right, guys. Very good. I look forward to talking to all of you and working with you. It's going to be a very fun summer. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.